Hello my friends and welcome back to episode 7 of our Football Manager 2022 Beta Let's Play with Chelsea. Before we get into today's episode, if you haven't seen the last episode, the result is on screen, but it's still very much worth watching. Playlist link is down below in the description. Click on that to get all the previous episodes and see how we're getting on in the save. If you haven't subscribed and you're new, please consider subscribing if you're enjoying the content. Or if you just like Football Manager content in general, we're going to have plenty of it coming your way. If you're enjoying it, smack the like button. If you're not enjoying it, hit the dislike button, let me know in the comments why. Either way, that's perfect. Or even if you fancy just putting a general comment down there, that would be awesome. So let's get into today's video. So the last episode, as I said, we played Man City. Go back and check that video out if you've not seen it, because I've got nothing really to say on that performance that the video doesn't answer for me. We then went away to Everton, who we dominated and bossed on the opening day of the season. Unfortunately, it wasn't a great performance. We won a 3-1. We lost 3-1 rather. Dybala scoring for us, but Calvert-Lewin, Demarai Gray and Doucouré giving Everton a bit of a smashing grab job in this one. We'll have a quick look at the match stats and then we'll have a look at the January transfers. As you see, XG was similar, shots were similar, shots on target was similar, the quality of the chances were all similar. So, it's a bit frustrating there. Transfer history, so let's have a look at the ins and outs. So on the outs, we had Bashir Humphries going to Leeds for a couple of £1,000. We had Thiago Silva, we've got rid of him, he's gone to Real Madrid. We managed to pick up £2.6 million for the very, very experienced 37-year-old defender. Wasn't playing a huge amount. Ideally I wanted to reinvest this money in the defence. I'm going to talk a bit more about that in a minute. We've managed to get to sell Dave, similar situation, contract up at the end of the season, similar to Thiago Silva. Wasn't going to renew, wasn't playing a huge amount, very, very experienced. We managed to get just over £6 million for him. He is away to PSG at 32 years old. Still got a bit of career left in him, he just doesn't suit my style. Ben Elliott went to Middlesbrough. Brian something or other, I never know how to pronounce that, is away to Burnley, and we managed to cash in £28.5 million on deadline day for Ziyech, which was going to be reinvested. I'm going to talk a bit more about that in a second. On the ends, we managed to get Samuel Umtiti. No, that's last window. We got Kevin Mbabu for 27 million, rising to 31 million. I felt like we needed a right back. Mbabu isn't an elite right back. We've probably overspent a bit here. He is worth 31 to 37 million. Unfortunately, played 60 minutes or so of football for us and managed to get injured for 3 months minimum, which was very, very frustrating, because the reason why I bought a right back is ideally was looking at putting Nathan Patterson back into the under-23s, letting him develop a bit, because I feel like he's not progressing. Maybe just throwing him in the first team has been a bit too much for him this year. He's played 10-15 games or something already, the young man, and with Reece James getting injured, I felt like we needed another right back option. Mbabu covers off one of our homegrown in the league slots, so I was very interested in trying to get Mbabu in to do that. Unfortunately, that injury has cost us. We also got Daniel Ragani in. He is what was supposed to be a backup centre back. He's actually going to play a lot more than I anticipated, because the replacement that I tried to get for centre back did not come off. So what was the replacement? Now, is it in the transfer centre? Still in. It is not. Now, we do have 2 free transfers. We've got Tolisso coming in on a free transfer. He'll be a backup midfielder. Kind of replace Saul as a light for light kind of thing. Kovacic will, be the backup for Jorginho next season. Tolisso the backup for Kante. And then we've got the big man, Kylian Mbappe, coming in on a free transfer as well. Can we see this contract? Because it's an absolute bonkers contract. We cannot. Contract offer? No, we can't. He's taken a wage cut to come to us. He is taking a wage cut, but the rest of the contract is absolutely bonkers to get Kylian Mbappe in. But, don't turn down Kylian Mbappe for free when you can get it. So the other player that we tried to get was this fella here. It was Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, we had a deal to get him in for, I think it was 20 million up front, 20 million over 3 years, and they then counter offered and said, We want some money after some league appearances. I went, no problem. But they also wanted to sign a replacement first. And a little bottom says, offer replacement. So I offered a replacement. It was Andreas Christensen. He was going to go the other way on loan for the rest of the season. With an hour left of the transfer window, they went, we want to delay this because we've not got a replacement. To which I'm very frustrated because Christensen's accepted, Koulibaly's accepted, the club's accepted the deal. They've accepted that Christensen accounts for the replacement. And the actual transfer counted that Christensen would count as a replacement. That's a key word in. Unfortunately, as a result of that, fell through. I've reported it as a bug. Maybe it's a bug, maybe it's not. I would say it is because it was very clearly worded, offer replacement. We have offered a player that they have accepted as a replacement for Koulibaly. Is Christensen the same quality? Of course he's not. But, you know, he's not bad, he's not terrible. He's a decent defender, plays the same position. He is a replacement. So that deal fell through on that basis. Very, very frustrating. That would really have shored up our defence, particularly with Rudiger going to Real Madrid next season. Back into the schedule, however, we then played Leeds. And so all those deals ended up getting done on deadline day. And that was just down to when the money came in terms of the sales. I think we were only given 20 million or so. And then, you know, it was finding the right players, scouting them, making sure that the prices were the same, because prices for every single player in January, and I like this by the way, went up. So that is good to see that Football Manager reflecting in real life. It's harder to buy players in January. We then played Leeds and we won 4-0. A hat-trick from Lukaku and Zulu scoring. In truth, we weren't that much better than Leeds. We were the better team. We probably deserved to win 1 or 2-0. But the Leeds keeper had an absolute shocker. We then played Leicester, a 1-0 win. Sorry, a 1-0 loss away from home. This was in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. We then went to Salford in the FA Cup. We were 3-0 up and they made a very late comeback, which made me a bit nervy. Werner scoring, Saul scoring a brace before they came back through Ashley Hunter and Ashley Eastham. But 3-2 at the end of the day is still progression. Not overly impressed. Particularly when their comeback started to come on, when I actually started to bring on the first team stars. We then played Leicester again. We went 1-0 up. They equalised. We then went 2-1 up. We battered them for 90 minutes. It then went to extra time because of the 1-0 loss. We then battered them for a further 30 minutes. And it then went to penalties, which we thankfully won on. However, I'm really not impressed that this had to go all the way to penalties. See Marcus Bettinelli put not here, by the way. That's because African Cup of Nations was on and Edward Mendy was out on loan, out doing that. We then played Aston Villa and a 4-1 win again. Lukaku with a goal. They had an own goal. Gareth Bale on the score sheet. Paulo Dybala also on the score sheet. El Ghazi got one back for them. All good. And then we played Spurs and we got our first win against the top 6 club. Rudiger and Lukaku getting us off to a flyer. Reece James sealing it off in the 90th. A 3-0 win at Stamford Bridge against Spurs before a 0-0 draw frustratingly against Burnley. We lost 2 players in this game, both long term. And frustrating again how much we've been resting these guys as well. This was not down to wear and tear. This was down to challenges. So I think one was a challenge that they made and one was a challenge that we made. And both players came out quite badly injured out of both of it. I think it was 2-3 months for each, both Canty and Reece James. Although Reece James seems to be coming back now, so whether it was 3 weeks and I've misread it, I don't know. But Reece James is starting to come back now. As you see, he's starting to lack match sharpness. And N'Golo Kante still out for another 3 to 6 weeks. We then played Arsenal and we started very, very poorly. Aubameyang got them off to a good start. They were looking hungry, but we made a bit of tactical changes and then Lokonga got himself sent off for a 2-footed lunge. Second half was Chelsea highlights. I thought it was going to be one of these days where we just puff and just don't blow the door down. But Kai Havertz eventually scored. We then got a soft penalty. It was a penalty, but it was a soft penalty nonetheless. And from there, Lukaku converted to give us a 2-1 win and our second 3 points against a top 6 club. It was then down to lowly Brighton, and they went 1-0 up through Rafinha. It was an absolute thunderbolt of a free kick from miles out. Has no right to go in. Absolute top quality free kick. Lukaku then scored a quick brace to get us 2-1 up, and at that point we looked like we were in cruise control, and they signed on Shane Duffy. And Shane Duffy scored. Shane Duffy, not good enough for the SPL, came on and scored to cost us 2 points. Very, very frustrating. We then had Brentford in the FA Cup. A 3-1 win sees us go through to the 5th round there, where we'll play Man United. Kai Havertz, Ragani on his debut, and Pulisic all on the score sheet. It was then the turn of Watford, where Rudiger and Dybala scored to give us a 2-1 victory, cancelling out Joshua King's fairly undeserved, I'll be honest, equaliser. Kevin Mbabu, as I said, played 60 minutes and under a challenge broke his ankle. Today it's the turn of the first leg against Sevilla, but look at our fixture list in between. We've got West Ham, Man City in the Carabao Cup final, Man United in the fifth round of the FA Cup, Man United in the Premier League, and then Sevilla at home. We then have a games break against Southampton before we play Liverpool. Fixture list is not kind to us, it really isn't at times. Newcastle, just for those that are interested in Newcastle's transfer business, have actually had a fairly strong January. They signed Januzaj for way over what you should pay. He signed Denis Suarez for way over what you should pay. Gabriel Barbosa, does he look as good as he did last year? Not quite, but he still looks decent. Is still a good price there. And Nord Mukulele, who is another player that I looked at signing just because of his versatility. I'd have been looking at more in these two roles than a right back berth, that, you know, cover him in mind that he could cover right back if need be. He had a £34 million release clause. We just couldn't get our transfer budget up to £34 million, was essentially the issue there. Newcastle have saying stripped that, and he has gone there. So, you know, decent start for Newcastle. They look like they're making some decent buys. Let's get pitch side for Sevilla, guys. Here we go. 2 changes from the last game. Reece James is in for Kevin Mbabu, Pulisic in for Werner. Just general sort of rotation there. So the team is as follows. Edouard Mendy in goal. Reece James making his first appearance since his injury against Burnley. Antonio Rudiger and Ragani starting at centre back, with Marcus Alonso at left back. Ben Chilwell also out long term injured, as now is Malang Sarr. So Marcus Alonso is literally our only left back as well. We've got Kovacic and Jorginho in midfield with Kanté being injured. Kai Havertz in the 10 with Dybala on the right, Pulisic on the left, as that sort of front four have played all season. With Mbappe coming in, I might be changing formation for next season. So, first leg is away from home. So, enjoy the match tonight. Enjoy your own, or play your own game. And then send them out and trust the boys to do their bet. It's a decent Sevilla side, of course. We cannot underestimate the quality of Sevilla. You know, you don't win the Europa League as often as Sevilla do and not be a good team. We do have a couple of injury concerns on the bench. Bettinelli and Chilwell both nowhere near ready. So as much as Chilwell is on the bench, he's only on the bench because we have 12 subs, and everyone else was completely unavailable with a red injury or with the unregistered problem, whether it's Chilwell was registered an orange injury, so we could stick him on the bench just in case. But realistically, he would last 5 minutes of this game at best. So Marcus Alonso, we need a good performance from you, buddy, because Chilwell's really not an option. I mean, Nathan Patterson could survive on the left hand side if he needed to. Pulisic, good step in on that press. Pulisic, cross it. Oh, you've got Blimmin' Dybala coming in with a tap in, buddy. All you've got to do is just square that across. Just square that across, and Dybala has the tap in. I forgot to put my phone on mute. I'm sorry, guys. Dybala in. Rudiger. I'm going to do a corner tutorial over the next couple of days. Let me get this muted because it should not still be going. It's just information on my lad. I have my youngest today. I don't normally on a Friday, so it's just confirming that I need to get him from a different part of the nursery than I normally do, because he's got his Halloween party. So Rudiger has put us 1-0 up. Get in. Doing well, but we can definitely find another gear here. Keep going. Keep going. And keep going. Right, let's go, boys. Let's go. If we can get another goal, we can then maybe start resting some players. Dybala in with another good corner. Rudiger can't win this one, and we're looking at a counter here. We've got to defend this well. Reece James comes across brilliantly and helps mop up. Pulisic to Havertz. Can we counter now? Jorginho. Lukaku stepping back as he's supposed to. Dybala bringing it forward. Can he find the ball? It's a penalty, ref. It's a penalty, boy. Just not giving it. Reece James whips in. Lukaku's off the bar. It's decent from Reece James. It's decent. Right. Resting time. So we're going to stick Dybala up top, and we'll bring on. Who are we bringing on the right? Gareth Bale is the obvious one, and we'll bring on Werner on the left. Freshen up those wings. You know, both those boys starting to really tire now as well. And we've got big games coming up. Havertz not quite so important because we've got Mount and Thingy behind. And in fact, on that basis, we'll bring Mount on for Dybala, take Havertz up top, and confirm the changes. So, full change to our front four almost. With Dybala going up top, Mount. It's a decent ball. Werner heads back across. Jesus Navas almost put it in the back of his own net, trying to keep it out. Goalkeeper saved him a bit. The goal line technology doesn't really help you when it gives you just that angle. I don't know where the line is in relation to that ball from that angle. Ooh, good header from Sevilla there. I think it was some. I'm not sure who it was. It was Mir, their striker, Rafa Mir or something like that. Either way, content. We're still 1-0 up. No away goals, of course, or away goals don't count for away goals this year. Marcus Alonso, that's poor missing header, but he recovers quickly. Montelli, good day. Rakitic, Bale intercepts. Out to Werner. Mount. Oh, it's in behind for Havertz. Kai Havertz, you've just got to hit the target, son. You've done the hard bit beating the keeper and then clipped onto the bar. Mount. Marcus Alonso, back to Mason Mount. Over the top. It's Timo Werner. I was going to say he's on his own. He's not because Bale was coming in, but Werner goes alone, finds the back of the net. Good counter-attacking football from Chelsea there. And we are 2-0 up. It doesn't put this tie beyond Sevilla, but it puts us in the absolute driving seat for the second leg at Stamford Bridge now. If we can avoid conceding a goal, we've still got a clean sheet. If we can avoid conceding a goal, I'll be a very, very happy manager. We do indeed 2-0 win here in Sevilla. Not vintage, but you know, with a controlled performance, and that's all we can ask for. That puts us in the driving seat to go through. Next episode, when will we come back? I would say the Carabao Cup final, but I've literally played the reserves over the entire competition. I can't say that I want to win it now. Excuse me. Let's come back for Liverpool at home. Gives us a nice little break. So we'll come back for Liverpool. This is Friday. Yeah, we'll go for Saturday as well. So we'll go for Liverpool at home tomorrow night, guys. Tune in for that. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below on what you thought. And I'll hopefully catch you all next time. Bye.